Hi, 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 hi.
Are you high?
No, I was saying hello.
That's the premise of how you say you're high, right? When you just keep saying hi, 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 hi. No, I'm just fucking high right now.
No, I wish I was, considering the news I got earlier today, but I'm not going to go on into that on the show because I want to keep that private.
First things first. Happy birthday to you, old man. I can finally.
Yay! I'm 1 year closer to death. Yay!
I can finally call you a damn old man. And look at it now. He's already complaining about back problems and damn kids on his lawn. What's next? I-ass cost of medicine.
You say you make the joke about the kids on the lawn, but
oh god! Oh, it's already happened. I'm so
numerous times because they're playing in that stupid tree, and no one, and the property is private property, and my landlord's held accountable if they fall and hurt themselves. So I have to tell them, "Hey kids, get off the lawn. This is private property."
It's quite interesting as hell knowing that I'm only 26. It's like, if this is what I have to worry about until I'm 30, damn it, I'm going for freaking kill. It's like, I'm going for cryogenic. It's like, I'm going to cryogenically freeze myself at 20. It's like at 30, if this is what I look forward to when I get old as shit. I'm so glad I'm fucking 26. Wait, sons of a bitch, I still got 4 more years. Son of a bitch. Before I hit that age of, oh shit, I'm going to be complaining about damn kids on my fucking lawn and taxes.
So I did get some early birthday presents.
Was it one was a 10-inch dildo?
No.
You said that real fast to deny it.
No, the only dildo I will want is the 3-foot one, the penetrator, just to beat people with it.
Where's your words right, brother? You said you just want a 3-foot dildo right up your ass.
3-foot dildo just so I can beat people with it.
This is not Saints Row.
I want to treat it as such.
If it was Saints Row, I'd be robbing everybody I see, and I'd be robbing everybody I fucking see. I just doing a rampage of that bastard got a better card than me.
I think we already have our title, the Dildo Bandit.
I looked at Strider this morning. He looks like fucking Eminem in 2000.
Why? Because I'm actually wearing an earring?
Yes.
Why does me wearing an earring...
I don't know. You just had that face. I'm Slim Shady to real Slim Shady.
The only song I really remember of his is the one where he's talking about wanting to come and shoving a gerbil up his ass.
That sounds like about every rap song I hear in history.
How many rap songs do you listen to about shoving a live gerbil in your butt?
None. That's what I tell you. I don't fucking listen to rap. I listen to old school rap. It's like, let it be known, kids. Tupac, Snoop Dogg, and Big E had like a damn message. Now it's almost like a damn machine gun going off.
Let's not talk about Soulja Boy's dumb ass this time.
No, it's kind of like this. Like, you don't understand. I'm about to fuck this bitch. The fuck is he saying? I don't fucking know. I stopped.
Couldn't help there was one song that topped the charts. It was just literally the word ass over and over and over.
Oh, you mean a dumb ass? Ass. Look, there's like some people in the club just doing this.
Ooh, excuse me. That was a Chicoga. But yeah, today is March 31st, my birthday.
And tomorrow is April Fool's Day.
I'll go into that. That's actually going to be one of the topics we're going to talk about. But I want to go on the happier things first, because that's going to actually take a serious turn.
It's like, yeah, I'm going to blow your damn mind. I actually have a car.
So that's why you're saying, we're going to walk the CCs, right?
Yeah. You did not see my face. It was almost orgasmic bliss of seeing your damn face. It was like a chimpanzee smiling.
But yeah, what I already got a few presents. At the barbershop I help out at, they threw a little pizza party there yesterday for me and the beauty salonist who had her birthday roughly around this time too. So
interesting. I didn't get shit from her. It was like except porn. What
well, that's what you always want.
I call it like literally. I call Bailey shit, knowing that almost everyone's like this. Yeah, we got pizza. I only got one fucking thing, and that was a happy damn birthday. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then later porn.
We can't complain about that.
No, you can't. But damn it, man! Send me a damn $100 gift card. Send me a fucking.
I got a Steam gift card that I used to get Salt and Sanctuary. That was from my mom. She also sent me a $10 Walmart gift card, which I just used to buy some perler beads.
See, your mom is awesome. My mom is pretty much like this. Like, I asked for an Xbox damn one. She was like, buy it your damn self. So, this is what I'm planning on doing Monday. I plan on going to get me my own later birthday present because I noticed something. I didn't get almost shit for Christmas. Only like a few dollars and that was it.
Well, we did have that one show where we talked about the Christmas present I gave you. But then you started playing it in the background and just alleged that you were going to plan on painting your walls.
Funny thing is, I actually went to the Lions Den with my ex. And bought some shit too.
Yep. Then I got from Calvin, who owns the barbershop that I help out at. He bought me a bunch of Ale-8s because they sell them at Cracker Barrel. So I was really happy about it.
I was about to make a racist ass joke for some reason.
Why?
Think of Cracker Barrel. It was like Cracker Barrel.
Calvin's a black dude.
That's the first time I've actually heard a black dude named Calvin in a while. Holy
Calvin Steele is his name.
I would not lie. I actually want to meet his fucking parents because they seem like badasses if they name it's like if their last name is Steele.
Yeah, you don't fuck with Calvin, man. Yeah. And he's the one I actually wanted to do a show with because unlike someone else that we can name, Soldier Boy, he is an actual black entrepreneur. Because he owns his own business.
That's why I don't own my own damn business too when I actually win the damn lottery. I plan on fucking stealing South Lake Mall's business.
Yeah.
And then ripping the damn thing up.
And Marcus, who also works at that barbershop, bought me a PS2 controller because I needed one. He's like, here, you can have this.
What the fuck? Seriously, damn it, I'm buying me an Xbox One. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. I'm buying me one.
And then Carol's boyfriend just gave me a PS3 game because he got bored with it. And he's like, here, you can just have it. I'm like, okay. Which I've been playing for like the past week. I've been playing the JRPG Trails of Cold Steel. And one of the characters in it, I honestly would be the perfect match for you, Jeff.
The fuck are you talking about?
She would be the perfect woman for you. It is the female instructor that leads your party's class. Her name is Sarah. She when she fights, she wields a sword and a gun at the same time.
Okay, I'm already starting.
You actually fight her as a boss early on, and that's a fight you can't win because she one-shots you.
Again, I'm starting to like where this is going. Keep going. What the
She's carefree, doesn't give a fuck about anything, flirts with everybody, and she's a massive drunk. As in, she likes getting shit-faced at 10 o'clock in the morning. And if you actually go into her bedroom at the dorm that you live in, which my character has, which I have, all her walls are covered in booze.
That really does.
I'll show you a picture of her later.
I damn well love to party with that bitch.
I'm probably I got a picture of her on the screen right now. I'll have to Google it later. But that's relatively easy to look up.
Again, I have a few type of women that I like. One that can party, one that...
Hold on, I'm grabbing my laptop so I can get this picture now.
There's a few type of women I like. One that can party, one that looks like Wonder Woman, and one that damn well has the legs of Chun-Li.
I think she checks all three of those.
You gotta show me a goddamn picture of that shit before I actually make a fucking... It's like before I make a damn opinion.
Yeah, I'll pull it up. Yeah,
a manifesto of trying to rule the damn world. What the fuck, you son of a bitch?
Yeah, that's on my Twitter, dude. Because that got posted on my Twitter, and I kind of like that picture.
I know, it's like, so is that why your laptop is halfway white on the top of the screen?
No, it's just the angle you're looking at the screen, dude.
So the borders are not white, you're saying, damn it.
No, they're solid black. What are you talking about?
Yeah, sure they are.
Alright, I'm gonna...
You tried to wipe it off real fast, didn't you, bitch?
Instructor Sarah. Instructor Sarah, okay.
Show me a big-ass picture of her.
That chick.
Yeah, sounds like my kind of... It's like my kind of woman.
Yeah, she's on the screen right now. Alright, I want to actually load up the picture. There we go. She's on the screen right now. So, I want to save the actual image. See full-size image. There we go.
Yeah, that sounds like my kind of woman. You use a gun and a sword. Wait, Johnny.
No.
Go back. They can't see it. Go back now.
No.
Go back.
No.
Go fucking
I'll
back.
show you later.
I just saw something like, wait, what the fuck?
We'll talk about it later.
Johnny boy, they can't see. They literally can't fucking see. They can only hear us about what the fuck we do. Now,
well, considering that I'm a single man, I have needs. We'll just leave it at that.
The fuck you talking about? I'm single too, motherfucker.
Alright.
Go back to that damn picture. I want to fucking see that. Go back, damn it.
No.
Yeah. Yes.
We're actually
You're a fucking coward. That's what you are. Damn it.
I'm just looking at the arm like of.
Have the balls to fucking do what I do. Watch porn in the background and not give a shit.
Oh yeah, there's a picture of her on the screen. From like, well, that's not her normal outfit, actually.
So what? She dresses up as a nun. That would actually be sexy as hell.
No, this is her actual screenshot of her, and yes, I'm going to put that one on the screen too, because look what's in the center!
Okay, widescreen that image real quick, because I did not see what the fuck is in the center.
No. What is the exact center of this picture?
Other than the fact that she might be smiling and saying, I'm about to kill your ass.
What are the two biggest things you can see in the center of the screen?
I know what the hell you're talking about, but you can just tell I'm stalling for time right now.
Boobs.
You are a single man, Johnny.
Boobs. And unlike the other female love interest in the game, she's actually over 18, so it wouldn't be creepy. Because everyone else is high school students, so I kind of feel weirded out by that.
Bullshit! Oh, excuse me.
I'm like, no, they're too young. I can't.
Hold on, I call bullshit because literally here's how it goes. The first minute, like, you leave high school, this is like this, man, high school chicks are the best. Like, first minute you get into high school, man, high school chicks are the best. No, the first minute you leave high school, man, high school students are the best. Like, you're going to college, everyone's like, yeah! Fuck yeah, high school girls! Look at Japan, fucker. It's like, literally, they're into lolicons.
No, I don't understand that mentality.
Look, it's like, literally, there's a few anime that has, like, lolicon teachers. I don't know how the fuck... They look like they should be in grade school, but yet they're, like, fucking almost in their 20s.
Okay, this popped up in my feed, and you can't see it on the screen because I can't show that.
I sometimes worry about you, bro.
What the... I don't...
What kind of high school class are you fucking taking?
I'm not showing that, but someone...
Don't even describe it.
That actually showed up in a high school, or in a teacher, or in an actual presentation for a teacher in class and whatnot.
Again, like...
Okay, I'm gonna look at something more adorable that I can clean my brain out with.
So what, you didn't want to look at Renamon?
Yeah. Well, can't really complain about that.
He's looking up social media feeds.
I'm at Twitter, dude. So...
Why not on Tumblr? Or Pinterest? Or Tinder?
Tumblr annexed that stuff. Sometime last year, they nuked a bunch of that content, and you can't get your porn on Tumblr anymore.
No shit, you can go to RedTube, you can go XNXX, you can go to Pornhub, shit ton.
Yeah,
Look,
we know you. We know what your proclivities live, and now since we have the picture, I'm closing this.
Just fucking Google search it, kids. Just look. Here's
Google search tits. You'll find tits.
Look, here's what you fucking do. When your kids ask you a question, Adult Swim made a funny ass joke. Like when someone asks you a question, the 2 words actually is like 2 words have one good ass meaning. Google search it. That's what you freaking do. Like literally,
that's 3 words.
Really?
Search it.
Fuck it, just say Google search.
That's still 2 words.
That's what I said, 2 words. Google search.
Okay, yeah. It's the coffee hasn't kicked in yet, man.
You sure about that? I got crack cocaine somewhere.
No.
What? That actually will kickstart the coffee.
No.
Or we can make some special ass brownies.
I kind of want brownies now. I didn't get any for my birthday.
I'm talking about the special ass brownies, motherfucker. One with weed in it.
Oh.
It makes you have the munchies. Every time you fucking keep eating them. Every time you fucking eat special brownies, it's like, man, I'm still hungrier. Man, why the fuck am I still hungry?
Let's not beat around the bush. There's a topic I actually do want to get onto, and it involves what's going on tomorrow.
Okay, April Fools.
I talked about this a little bit on my show before. Not on this show. We probably most likely talked about it in one of my Let's Plays. But I hate April Fool's Day.
I think almost everyone does.
I hate it with the fiery passion of 10,000 suns. And I have a legitimate reason why. And I remember listening to Jason Pilar on one of his shows, Lord Cat, back when he was still doing Lord Cat Live. He talked about why he hated April Fool's Day.
Okay, keep going. I'm listening. I actually want to...
Where I'm like, I don't remember the exact details, but it was along the lines of his mother was in nursing school at the time. She brought home a beef heart. And then squeezed it out of her shirt and slumped over and acted like she was dead. Only to have him walk in and find her.
Oh my god. That is awesome and horrible at the same damn time.
As fucked up as that is. And I'm sorry for using that word because I really wanted to stop, but as messed up as that is.
Oh god, that is fucking interesting.
I'm like, as messed up and as horrible as that is, you could at least say it was just a prank, bro. It was just a prank. As mental, and this happened when he was in his early teens, too. So yeah, I'm like, as messed up as that may be, and that can really mess someone up for life.
Best way to scare your fucking children.
Exactly. But as messed up.
No, this is not messed up. Have this. This is like, no, have this. Have someone you know put a black mark right across the neck, spray a crap load of ketchup and hot sauce to make it look like, it's like, get some fake ass blood, and then pretty much lay it on the family, because I've actually seen that shit where they actually scared a 7-year-old child of that shit, where it's literally like, you see like...
April Fools!
You see where you have like the fake ass axe in the skull? Oh yeah. That's how they scared it's like, this is how they scared their fucking son.
As messed up as those type of pranks are. And Lord knows you shouldn't do that to people, because that really is that really is wrong, and yet you can just say, well, it's a prank. It's a prank, bro. We just did it as a prank. There's going to be coming across one person who's going to take that seriously, and things are going to go south. Really badly.
Look, there's always things that take it seriously. Look at people that take politics seriously.
I don't want to go into it.
There's people that take a shit ton of things seriously. Look at baristas, look at fucking vegans. You can't damn well tell me what the fuck a frappuccino is, because I don't give a fuck what the fuck a frappuccino is.
Don't let me go on my rant about vegetarians and vegans. What I did to one because they annoyed me.
We were doing.
I'll tell that story later because we're going to need to end on a light note, and that's actually hilarious.
Here's the thing. I went to a damn fucking Starbucks because I don't know what the fuck they call a large. I really don't give a fuck, and I really don't eat it. It's like drinking Starbucks. Went in there for my cousin, wrote it. It's like, I don't fucking know. I was like, what the fuck is this? Oh, what the fuck you mean this? It's like, bitch, don't fucking get a fucking attitude with me. I will fucking act like a black woman in this motherfucker. I will burn this fucking Starbucks down, you son of a bitch. Let's go take this out. Bitch, hold my fucking shoes. Like, I'm about to go set the fuck off, and I don't give a fuck if you're a vegan. Don't come at me, bro. Like, oh, you shouldn't eat red meat. Well, you see this fucking giant-ass steak? Bitch.
Wait. Yeah, I have a story. I have an A&N joke for that, but I want to save that so we can end on a lighter note because it's hilarious. But back to the main task or the main topic at hand. Why I detest this day that's coming up upon the morrow. I grew up in Gary. I grew up in Black Oak, which is a nicer part of Gary, but it's still Gary. There's a reason why on the show before, when Adam was on, I referred to Gary as the armpit of America.
No. New Jersey's the ass of America. No, New York is the fucking armpit of America. Gary is literally the fucking balls of America. What the fuck are you talking about?
Back in the day, that's what it was called. The armpit of America. Or Florida was America's dong.
No, was it? No.
Florida's America's dong, and Gary was referred to as the armpit.
No, here's how it goes.
Because of the sheer amount of crime that went on there.
No, here's how it goes. Florida's known as America's dong. New Jersey is pretty much known as the asshole of America. New York is pretty much known as the fucking shithole of America. And technically California is known as the plastic fake ass world of America. Texas is almost known as the racist ass world of America. So, in translation, Gary is not the armpit of America. Jersey...
that's what I heard it called numerous times.
No, New York and New Jersey are kind of like that. They are kind of they're kind of considered the asshole and armpit of America because of how damn dirty it is.
But it doesn't change the fact that Gary was still a really bad place. A majority of it was
bullshit. Chicago's bad. Gary is poor.
Chicago never really ran out of funds to fund their own public police officers.
No, here's what happened. If you look at it, Gary is poor as hell because, one, they're asking for pretty much volunteer help and all that shit and try to be trained as a police officer. Two, they're using hand-me-down cars from Hammond, pretty much, it's like Maryville, Crown Point, and all that shit.
And they have their logo spray painted on the side. I know. I've seen them.
It's kind of interesting because they actually redid it and all that shit so people don't get confused. But here's the thing. They're hiring more state troopers now. So literally, you go in Gary, it's like your ass is pretty much either going to get pulled over by a county fucking sheriff or a state trooper. And your ass is fucked. In which case, those other officers of Gary and pretty much literally East Chicago is the one. It's like if you look at East Chicago, Hubbard don't even have that many police officers. They're using East Chicago cops.
I believe it, so. But getting back to the story, we grew up in a relatively safe neighborhood because everyone on the block, almost every single house had a child, so the parents were very protective over all the kids on the block. So much so that there were a few gun-toting rednecks on there that would... Then there's a reason why the gangs, like the Latin Kings, never really bothered fucking with our neighborhood. Because they were afraid of the parents. But, so it was relatively safe. Though, that also meant that you were not spared getting lectured by not only your parents, but by the friends' parents of whose house you happened to be at when you did a dumb.
And this is why, it's literally, when people ask me when they're lyric string me, I'm just doing this. I have a blank face and there's drool coming out, so you know, one ear out the other, one ear out the other, one ear out the other, one ear out the other.
This also meant that we would also get punished by both sets of parents.
This is why, it's like, this is why I don't live with no one like that shit.
It's very rare what happened with me, but I did do, there was a few times when I did do a dumb. It doesn't happen often, but it did. I will admit it.
So let me guess. They brought out the big ass armor tree and whooped your ass. This is why
No. It was the wooden spoon.
Oh my god, they went with that's weak as shit!
No, you've never been hit by my mother with the wooden spoon. Then
you've never been hitting with a fucking switch, tree branch and all that shit. And I mean a tree branch the fucking length of my fucking arm, and that's fucking thick as a damn thing. Try getting hit with that when your uncle's a damn bodybuilder. Bend over in position because he's doing this.
Try getting hit with a belt with the actual metal belt buckle.
I have. That's when I started fighting back as a kid. This is why. When my parents are like this, I'm about to whoop your ass. My hand went up on instinct and said, "Fuck you."
But you're getting an idea of how relatively safe the neighborhood actually was, because the parents were overly protective and a little crazy sometimes, but they made sure that the kids that grew up on that block were safe. And that's why most gangs and gang members stayed away from there, because they were afraid of the parents. I'm like, we got our Gats and Tech 9s and Glocks and shit. They've got like shotguns and other sorts of things where was intended to blow off body parts.
Yeah, it's like this. Frank, get the fucking tank. Grrr. When the fuck did he get a World War II tank? Your ass is fucked. I still have ammunition, bitch.
Wouldn't surprise me.
I still have ammunition, bitch.
A good portion of the parents did serve in the army during there, so that's probably another reason why the gangs didn't want to mess with them. Yeah, I'm like, they actually were trained to kill people? No.
If you didn't notice, down the block, there's a big ass barn holding a fucking tank, and one actually had a fucking private jet in the airfield. 747, bitch. 747.
But it was a relatively safe area. And this was during the time where I'm like, we would eventually have to go, or we would still have to walk to our bus stop, which I have nightmare stories about that place in of itself, because there's a reason why I hate playing Human Frogger and yell at everyone else for it. It's because at my bus stop, we had to do that every single day. Because they had stop signs for the directions we had to cross, but not for the main road. And our bus stop was on the other side of the street, and we have to cross that main road where cars are coming from both directions. And no, there are no sidewalks in Gary.
No shit. There's no. It's like, look, if you look down Kennedy, there's no damn sidewalks that way. You have to watch out for people riding a damn bike.
Yeah.
No. Here's an idea. Here's an idea. You have you know how the roads are.
And God forbid you're on that side that you still have to cross the street when the bus shows up, because if you're not standing at that corner where the bus driver can see you and you're on the other side, they just drive right by and just completely ignore that you were even there. Because you weren't at the stop.
Sounds like my bus. This is why I ride my bike to school. This is why I rode my bike to fucking school.
Our bike this was where elementary school. We could have had the option for that because the elementary school is literally down that street. But with the middle school and the high school, no, that was not an option.
Bullshit. They're bullshit, because literally, here's how it went. I went to Gavitt. I had to take a bus that actually is either to take a bus, get there, and literally I was not going to make the damn bus. I rode my damn bike to fucking Gavitt. Here's the thing. The same bus that is literally a bus that took me to Morden. I just rode my damn bike to Morden. What the fuck are you talking about? I nearly got fucking beamed over by a damn truck because this son of a bitch is on his fucking phone. As in, that fucking close to getting ran over by a fucking 250.
We grew up
coming down the bridge.
Do you know where Calumet High School is? Calumet High School was actually closer than my house than it is. Do you know where Lake Ridge Middle School is?
Yes, I do.
Do you know we grew up right near. Do you remember where Grissom Elementary School was?
Look, you got a shit ton of those schools that are actually closed as shit, dude.
Yeah, Grissom got shut down. But do you remember where it was?
Yes.
On 25th Avenue.
Yeah, my grandma lived on 25th.
Yeah. You saw those differences in the distances between those, and cobbled in the fact that this is Gary, and no sane parent's going to send their kids out in that.
So you're saying no damn sane parents would send their fucking kids out in that? Tell me, that big ass snowstorm like that happened in like 90 something, where it was like fucking almost 7 inches. Whose fucking sane ass parents would send their fucking kids to fucking school? And here's the funny part. I lived a fucking block away from Elliotwood Elementary. You try walking in that shit. I passed the fuck out halfway there.
But I say this is that at that corner, and everyone in that area knew, at least some of the people that actually drove down that street would be considerate of us because they knew that was a bus stop for students, and several students would be there. I say this because that's a key factor in this story. It's well known that students on their way to school have to be at this location to go to school. Junior year in high school. April 1st. I'm walking down to the bus stop like normal. Like every other day. Because it was in the middle of the school year, and we're getting close to...
Getting the fuck out of there for summer!
It would have been another 2 months.
Again, and you're still gearing up to get the fuck out of there for summer. It's kind of like, fuck you, school.
Yeah. But junior year in high school, I started walking. I start getting a little closer, because the way it's seen is you can't really see it from one end because it's being blocked by a big church. Because we lived on a block that was only that you could connect with one street that was on the edge of a church.
Let me explain something. Gary has churches on almost every fucking corner.
Yeah.
Literally, I know what the hell you're talking about. My grandma
it is basically a horseshoe where the actual street that goes into this block is in the center of the bottom of the horseshoe.
I pretty much know the hell. This is why.
So we have to walk. We have to walk down our street. Walk halfway through that horseshoe, and then walk down that street, and then there is our stop, or our bus stop, which is at the 25th and Edison.
So, a question. Why in the blue hell didn't you just cut through the church?
We did do that a few times, and then we got in trouble for it.
By who?
The pastor lived next door.
I still wouldn't give a shit. I'm cutting through this church. Fuck yeah.
But whatever. So I approached the end of the street, and we're just about to go into the middle, or the bottom part of the horseshoe, and I see flashing lights in the distance. I think nothing of it at that point because, well, it's Gary, and I've seen this happen where people are going 45 and a 25 and immediately getting pulled over by cops and just looking at the cop like, what did I do?
I have done that a shit ton of times. I
what did I do? I didn't do anything wrong. Like, this is a 25. You're going 50.
Look,
why?
Yeah, here's the funny part about that shit. I do the same damn thing in Gary. Especially when it's backed up. I literally was like going fucking 67 and like I was going 60 fucking 5 down Burr.
And this was during the time when children are actually going to the bus stop to go to school. So as well as it was it was April 1st, so it was just right after the cops did their quota. But still, we thought it was near the second end of the month. It was probably just a last minute thing. That's what I thought.
And it's mostly in this case. I'll let you get back to your story. It's mostly this case. When they do end of quota, it means try to fucking get extra money. And here's how it goes. Even if it's like April 1st, even though like it's like the next Monday, you still have cops relatively up because they want to try. It's like before they even get. It's like it's a little bit of a more bonus added to their paycheck before.
Yeah.
You get it's like
most police stations will acknowledge or will refute these statements, but let's be honest, Gary cops did this.
I think cops do this shit. Literally, here's how it fucking goes. Sheriffville will pretty much post up and all that shit. Or it's like if you're speeding down a fucking main road, like it's say 30, you're doing like 50, they will fucking pull you over. Griffith will only post up if you're speeding through a damn school zone, which there's like a few schools.
Yeah.
And you're being a dumbass. In which case, like, you're trying to speed through a fucking school zone. Hammond is the same way. Like, they will post up like this. Like, they're pretty much saying, like, you seen that semi that actually thought he can get away from Hammond? Like, there was a semi that pretty much came down through Morton's Way and all that shit. Here's how it goes. Semi, tires were blown out, was trying to outrun Hammond cops. Like, he was trying to outrun Hammond cops, but here's the one thing you don't fuck with Hammond cops. You run down a fucking school zone when there's, like, children walking outside, you can damn well guarantee we're going to fucking catch your ass. The first minute he got on 8094 going to, like, freaking Calumet, that's when he fucked up. Because Hammond cops are like this, like, no the fuck he ain't! I seen the video. I literally saw Hammond cops saying, fuck this corner, I'm coming after that son of a bitch! Literally another cop was like this, stopping people so they make sure, like, okay, we're going to make sure no cars get in here. Like, alright, we stopped this traffic. No, 4 police cars. Fuck this son of a bitch! I'm like, damn! I want to become a Hammond cop now. Because they don't fuck around. Highland cops are dicks. They'll pull you over if you're going like 2 miles over the damn speed limit. Trust me, I had a damn cop do this shit. He was like this, oh sir, you were going fucking 38 and 25. Bitch, you pulled me out when the out of school zone sign. I was going 25. It's like, I was going 38 because I was out of the damn school zone. You're trying to lie to me saying you didn't have my damn seatbelt when you busted a damn U-turn in the middle of fucking traffic? Like, you racist son of a bitch. Oh, this is what gets me. Car was going 45.
So you're basically DWB?
Pretty much, and here's the fucked up part. Car was going 45 having a white driver. Looked at him, didn't do shit. I'm like, this son of a bitch just pulled me over for races and made me late for work.
So, getting back to the story, I didn't think of it, at the time, I didn't think of much of it. And then I started getting closer. Then I started counting the amount of squad cars that were actually there. 3 of them. Not 1, not 2, but 3. All of them flashing their lights. And then I saw the paramedics. What had happened that night before, some crazy asshole got into an argument with his girlfriend.
Of course.
I still don't know the entire details of this, so I don't know what.
Look,
but it ended badly.
In which case, here's an idea. I've been getting the rough case of, it's pretty much one of those bad boy sons of bitches that somehow girls magically end up liking, thinking they can fucking change them, and then when they get into a fucking argument, you kind of realize this guy is a fucking psychopath. So, ladies, if you're fucking listening, don't fucking go for a damn fucking bad boy thinking you can fucking change them. Here's what half of high school, it's like, here's what half of my high school did. Went for bad boys or jocks, and guess what they end up doing? End up pregnant. Where was the fucking guy at? Not mine.
At least that ended better. And this is why I say with an almost certainty that I have one arm leg when it comes to being scarred for life on April Fool's Day. This really messed me up throughout the rest of my years, and why I'm much more cynical now. At the night before, they got into an argument. It went badly. And when I say it went badly, the next morning, the girlfriend's body was in the yard. Gunshot to the head. Left the body there in front of God and everyone to see it. And the boyfriend full well knew that there were students that go there that morning to go to school. So that was not out of sheer anger. That was a statement. Fortunately, someone had the gracious good graces of actually putting a coat over the victim's head, so that we couldn't see the entire gruesome details. But it didn't change the fact that my bus stop was a homicide.
Okay.
And at that point, at that moment, and I still do not know why I didn't do this, years and years and years later, I look back on this every single April Fool's Day. I'm just thinking to myself, I should have went home and just said to Mom, I don't want to go to school today because I might die. Coming to terms with your own mortality like that. can really screw you up.
Look, I've technically seen death on a lot of occasions. I've seen fucked up shit on a lot of occasions.
But never being exposed to that before in your life.
No, here's the fucked up shit. My old apartment building on Kennedy is like, this is like the day pretty much after Christmas. My cousin and another friend of mine that wouldn't tell me at school, and another friend. Something fucking happened to the point of, here's how it goes. My old apartment was a 3-building house. Like, I showed you that house on Kenwood Street, right?
Yeah.
That green one. You have the downstairs, the small apartment, and then my house. My uncle was coming home around like 12 o'clock like 12 o'clock at night. Next thing you know, April is like literally December 25th or 26th. I'm literally in elementary fucking school. I'm like in 4th grade. Gunshots go out. We're wondering what the hell happened. Literally, the mom called. We're thinking my uncle like fell down the damn stairs. Nope. Goes to the next door. My cousin, my friend, and another person was shot 16 times. Right in the apartment next door to me. And here's the fucked up part. Tied their pretty much dragged their freaking carcass in the corner and actually tied them up loosely where it looks like their body is hanging. So it's like literally, and that was literally 2 feet away from me. 2 feet away from me. That and my cousin pretty much said this. He was going to come over for Christmas, like come over and we were going to have some fun after I got out of school. So literally 2 feet away from me. Guess how many squad cars I counted from Hammond? 6. Fire trucks, 2 paramedics, and pretty much 7 freaking squad cars that showed up.
That kind of scarred you for life, didn't it?
No, I literally thought like, okay, my cousin's like, I just saw an afro and thought my cousin was going to the hospital. No, what scarred me to life was pretty much they said my cousin was dead. Mind you, this is like literally fucking after Christmas. They didn't want me to go out the house and all that shit, so literally it's kind of like 2 feet away from me. That pissed me off.
And it probably didn't help you the fact that, and it did. I know it didn't help me when I eventually went to school that day. When I was telling everybody.
I remember it because literally, here's the fucked up part. It happened like literally December 22nd, not 26th. It's like 3 days before Christmas. 3. And it's an apartment building. In which case, why people ask me, why the fuck am I calm out and pretty much not scared of when someone actually does this? Because I live with the mentality, if I go down, I'm going to fucking make sure I take your ass to hell with me. This is why you see I'm crazy and pretty much angry, in which people are like, dude, I can push your buttons. Why the fuck are you not pissed off? I inherited the laid-back personality from my dad and pretty much learned one lesson in life. Live your damn last day like it's like your last. Don't fucking fear death. Fucking embrace it and stare the damn thing in the face saying, I'm going out like a fucking badass. That's what I freaking do. In which case, the reason why I pretty much am calm as hell, and you see me, I'm like crazy, but I'm calm as hell, is because I inherited pretty much like my fucking calm ass side from my dad. Realizing that, even my uncle taught me this. Look, even though like people are very much scared of death, don't be. Live every fucking day as your last. It's like live every fucking day with pretty much your head held high and a smile on your face. Literally, death can happen to anything. You could be driving normally and then some jackoff can pretty much just slam into you because he was drunk driving. It's happened before. It's happened to a crap load of people. And because of the fact, people actually die on motorcycles. There's a place out in like frickin' Tennessee called the Dragon's Tail. People that actually believe they're pretty much like better as hell, is like pretty much better as hell. This is why, when you see a semi, don't fucking start doing brake check. Because literally, this is what happened. Fucking semi carrying steel. And we all know fucking what steel is. And I'm not talking about, oh, this is small steel. No, this is fucking train track steel. What they use for the train cars. The wheels. Some jackoff decided he was going to slam on the brakes, caused the truck to try to slam on the brakes, trailer jackknife, and took out a 4 family that was actually going on vacation to Disneyland. No one survived that, because it tore through the damn car. This is why I'm saying, look, just hold your head up high, even with you, Johnny Boy. Look, your mortality, yes. Just don't let it drown. It's like, don't let it fucking ruin your life. Hold your head up damn high. Live your every day with a fucking smile. And when death say is coming for you, fucking say this. Look, just look at death and say this. I'm going out like a fucking badass, motherfucker. So, I'm going out as a badass that people will fucking remember me. You don't fucking scare me. This is why I'm technically like the way I am. Because I have like fucking 26 years of fucking anger. And trust me, only one person is like only a few people have seen me angry, and what the fuck happened? I made sure that bastard that made me angry was eating through a damn straw for fucking 6 months. And his dad's truck was fucking destroyed. I have anger. But I've learned to pretty much come to terms with my fucking anger. I've come to terms with fucking death too.
And that's the thing, I have not. And it didn't help the fact that that day when I eventually went to school and told everybody, they thought I was telling a joke. Until the point where my closest friends, when I told them that, were like, yeah, where's the part with April Fool? And I break down crying in front of them. And just say the words came out of my mouth. Why would I ever joke about something like that?
Look, it's happened to me before, and here's the fucked up part. My whole damn elementary school knew. Principals, teachers, and everybody. My friend was crying because he pretty much was close to my cousin. Me, I was pissed. This is why I hold in my anger and pretty much just why people look at me. Even at my uncle and grandfather's funeral, I don't cry. In which case, this is why, like my mom said when we went to your grandma's funeral, it's not saying goodbye, it's just saying we'll see you much later. That's why, if you look at me, I just don't cry at funerals. My tears just pretty much dried up knowing that that's the one thing I pretty much know. Someone actually told me that. I cried before at my great-grandma's funeral, I didn't even know her. It's kind of like, oh yeah, this is not farewell, this is not goodbye, this is just see you later. This is like, I'm just pretty much, it's like just telling you that they're pretty much still with you, and they're pretty much protecting you. As in, don't join them too soon.
So sorry about bringing the whole entire mood down.
Look, look, we're not trying to bring the whole mood down, I'm trying to bring like some it's like armed psychiatry. It's okay to cry. It's okay. But literally, just realize this. It's not a fucking, it's like literally death is pretty much a part of life. It's also a way of bringing in new life. Passing on, it's pretty much passing on the wisdom to the new generation. Which, in our case, our new generation is kind of fucked a little bit because parents don't believe in actually whooping their kids.
Yeah.
Like, seriously. Have you ever just sat down if your kid's acting up, instead of giving him the damn phone or pretty much screaming in his face, just take the belt and whoop his ass. Give him one good ass whooping and he'll turn out like phenomenal people. Hell, look at me. I have my own car, I have my own job, and I help out. I'm not fucking in the streets saying I'm about to rob some poor old lady. I'm not in prison, and I'm not in a gang, and I'm technically not in a fucking gang war that ended up pretty much in prison or ended up dead. So if you look at our generation, we turned out fucking phenomenal. Our parents' generation turned out fucking phenomenal. Though our great-grandparents and all that crap ruined the economy for us, but we still turned out great knowing that they at least passed on wisdom to us. And pretty much whooped our asses.
So let's end on a lighter note.
So,
remember when we were talking about vegans?
And baristas?
Well, vegetarians and vegans particularly, because this story revolves around that.
Look, don't say you're a fucking vegan if you pretty much say this. Like, you look at the steak and say that's bad for you and then take it fucking home. Because we all know what the fuck you're doing. You're secretly saying you fucking like meat. You're like, oh my god, oh, this fucking steak is phenomenal. I know it's so bad, but damn it.
We're like, during an orientation week, or like the first week, this was back when I was in college, one of the years, I forget which one, but I remember one time in particular, I was walking past. I was in a bit of a rush and I was hungry. I had a bologna and cheese sandwich in front of me, where I was eating. I walked.
Oh my god, I thought you were going to come out saying I had a pulled pork sandwich. Like, I had a pulled pork sandwich. No, I had a bologna. What the fuck, bro?
No, I had a bologna and cheese sandwich I was eating. And I happened to walk past the vegetarian, or like the vegan, or whatever, the table or whatever they're recruiting. And the lady behind, or the person behind the desk stopped me. And asked me, young man?
Oh shit, I know where the fuck this is going. When they say young man.
Do you know how many innocent animals were tortured and slaughtered to make that sandwich you're eating?
But it was so damn delicious!
I stopped in my tracks and looked at her. And I said, frankly, I don't care.
I don't either.
And I ate the sandwich in front of them out of spite. I stood there in front of them where they could see me and enjoyed my sandwich as slowly as possible and ate it in front of them and then walked away.
No. Here's what you fucking really do. You get like a fucking sandwich with bacon on that bitch. That'll really piss them off. Or literally I've had a person do that. I was by myself.
I kind of wish there was one of the times where I had those giant things of beef sticks that you get at some stores sometimes because of the cutoffs, like the big pound or like massive brick. I wanted to have one of those and be right in front of them and just eat it and just stare at them.
No,
and this is delicious. Home.
No, here's what you do. You take beef, you take pork, and you take chicken. All three in the fucking same time. That means someone better be holding like a 20-piece of KFC chicken or Church's chicken or whatever the fuck chicken and just have three people just say, fuck you.
Just have a bucket right in front of them. And just
yes!
It's a giant middle finger. But the sheer goal, when they asked me, did you know how many innocent animals were slaughtered to make that sandwich you were eating?
Look, my response is this. Do you know how many African children in near Africa don't have clean water? And yet you're fucking sitting here talking to me about fucking vegans? Bitch, they don't have food, they don't have water, and they don't have lucky medicine. What the fuck are you doing about it? Absolutely nothing, that's what. Don't fucking come high road me, bitch. Damn it, I want me some fucking meat now.
Well, we are going to Cece's later, so.
Let's do this cheese. I want me a fucking big ass.
Oh, I just remembered. I forgot that.
What?
I was going to bring a thing of garlic pepper with me. Oh well. Screw it.
I find it interesting. I just want me like a big fuck off pulled pork sandwich right now. Damn it, I feel like a fucking fat kid, dude. I'm like, damn, pulled pork with fucking melted cheese on that bitch? Oh. Find me a vegan. It's like, find me a fucking vegan right now. I'm about to piss them off on the rail.
They're like, but going veg is so much better for you. I'm like, no. I'm with Ron White on this. I'm with Ron White on this. I did not climb to the top of the food chain to eat carrots. I want my meat.
No, here's the funny part about this shit. No, here's the funny part. My auntie, she kind of did that. Like, she kind of...
I love venison.
Look, here's how she did it. Took me out to lunch the first time. Gave me a BLT without the beef. So she says, try to eat fucking healthy. Second time I had money, I brought me the biggest fucking steak out of history. Literally, she was like, you shouldn't eat that. Mind you, I'm like this, like, let me explain to you in dinosaur... It's like, my cousins with me. Let me explain to you in dinosaur terms. You are a herbivore. You're literally sitting there eating greens. Me, I'm a fucking omnivore. It's like, I'm a fucking carnivore, and I'm an omnivore. I eat vegetables and I eat meat. But at the time...
I need my protein, damn it. I am not going to eat beans.
Look,
no!
It's kind of like this. I pretty much told
you... I hate beans!
You're a herbivore. You're pretty much like a long neck leaf eater that's pretty much just doing this, like, these greens are so great. Me, I'm a fucking Tyrannosaurus Rex.
That's probably one of the reasons why I will never become a vegetarian. I would have to eat beans to get my protein. And I hate beans!
No, I just explained, like, I'm a fucking carnivore. I'm literally a T-Rex waiting in the background saying this. That son of a bitch look fucking delicious.
I need
my meat.
Like,
just saying, like, wait for it. Wait for all that Basami is running! Get us! I'm working up that time.
How?
Just come out of nowhere like Jaws. It's like pretty much just come out of nowhere like Jaws. Your ass is mine! It's pretty much like that. Like, literally, you're just sitting there like, pretty much people were looking at me like laughing and all that shit. Like, you're pretty much a herbivore. I said this in the middle of Petro. I was like, you're pretty much a herbivore. Me, I'm pretty much a carnivore just doing this, like, waiting for it. Like, wait for it. Where? Oh, shit, he spotted me. He's running! He's making me work this appetite! This son of a bitch ain't getting away! She was like, what? Yes, this is an analogy. I'm getting my greens and all that shit when I eat you. I'm getting my meat when I devour your candy ass and knowing that you can't stop me. So, I pretty much said this, look, we got two options here. You let me eat my giant ass steak, or I turn into a cannibal. I'm like, which one's more? It's like which one is more fucking better? Me eating a steak or me eating you?
There's a phrase I always say because I got it from somewhere. It's from a TV show, I think it was. But every time I look at a salad, my reaction is, this is not food. This is what food eats.
No. This is not food. This is like the diarrhea that they shit up.
I'm like, they hand me lettuce. I'm like, this is not food. This is what food eats. This has no flavor. And has a disgusting texture to me. I'm like, it tastes like water, yet it's crunchy. Why?
No, it tastes like shit. Dipped in shit with a topping of diarrhea.
I'm like, no. I want meat. I want meat.
Say it in like 7 different languages. Qinglang meat! Sonatan meat! What the fuck? Don't you fucking understand me? I want fucking meat, bitch!
And you want to know how much I love meat? When we go to the
phrase your words, because it's like phrase your words, because I'm actually about to make a joke. Like, I can bring you a big ass thing of sausage right now.
No one cares about your tube steak.
Mine is a big ass fat salami, bitch.
Just no. The pepperoni goes on the pizza, not in your pants.
What do you think the beef stick came from? Where the fuck do you think the top beef stick came from? Literally, when a woman says, "Oh my god, you're giant meatball."
So to finish the thought, the reason I love meat so much, you do realize, well, every time we went through, we go to the China buffet and the chicken teriyaki. It's one of the things I love eating. The chicken skewers, basically, but that's in teriyaki sauce or whatever they put on it.
Again,
that's addictive. For the longest time, I had no idea what kind of meat that actually was. For like years.
I don't ask questions.
I didn't care, and at that point, I didn't care. I'm like, you could tell me that this is from like some disgusting animal or whatever. I can't even think. I'm like, first my thought was going to say rat, but rat's not that bad apparently. But I'm just thinking that could have been made out of anything. That could have been made out of what they usually refer to as when it comes to like
no, they could be referred to as dog, as a dog meat. Dog meat tastes delicious, dude.
Or like, it could have been made out. It could have been bull penis for all I know. To go back to stuff that Lorcat did in the past. You've actually eaten one?
Yeah. There was like a mini Fear Factor challenge going on, and oh my god, like.
Okay, Jason did it back in the day when he still did Lorcat East, back when he was still part of Anal Chawsome, which this is before he actually went sane and left them, and then left everything behind and got an actual job, which I'm like, yeah, good on you, dude. But he had bull penis, and he referred to it as, it tasted like a cum sock. That's his impression of it.
Oh, so basically, don't eat a sea cucumber. we all seen what the fuck happens when you actually start squeezing. It's like when you jerk that damn thing off and squeeze it. We know what the fuck happens with that. That's
not a sea cucumber. That's a hagfish. No, that's the slime eel. Get it right. One of his defense mechanisms is that it ejaculates slime everywhere. I've seen that bit in Jackass as well, man.
And I've seen that in anime, where some poor girl ends up getting it in the face. Again, this is where hentai came from. They're like...
You say that, and I actually did make the joke yesterday. I've seen enough hentai to know where this is going.
Yeah, pretty much!
from the game I've been playing as, and what made me die a little inside because I said it when it was a little girl, a 13-year-old girl that was actually in that situation.
This is why I've been turning lolicon. Look, in Japan, a regular game show can turn into porn in 5 seconds. Literally, it's like this, like, somehow magically...
And I'm like, I made that joke, and I died a little inside.
Look, here's how it goes. In Japan, a regular game show of winning, like, millions of dollars or a car can somehow magically end up with a girl bound, and it turns into porn in 5 seconds, and everyone's just watching this shit. Like, you have an whole audience...
And yet, somehow, it's still pixelated.
Indeed, they don't want to show this, but... They don't want to show us to, like, people at home, but even then, it's kind of like, it's like, even in a regular game show where you have, like, a family, little Timmy's about to learn what the fuck porn is in 5 minutes anyway. He's about to learn what the fuck he's about to learn what the hell a vagina is. Mom, what the fuck's a vagina?
And speaking of meat curtains... I knew I would mess with you when I said meat curtains.
Oh my god. No, it's kind of like what I freaking is like, what I explained. Try to explain.
I'm hungry now. Can we go get lunch?
We will in a few seconds. Try explaining, like, what you do when a fucking, like, kid actually... What the fuck's a vagina, Mom? Ask your father. Well,
Watch... No. Kindergarten Cop said it bad. Girls have a penis, or boys have a penis. Girls have a vagina. Why did I say girls have a penis? We're not going into food and water territory at this point.
Whoa, bro. Is that your secret fantasy? Getting a girl?
No!
Dude, I'm sorry to say, but here's an idea. You never wanted her to stick it up the ass.
And oh dear God, I just been reminded of Wheel Girl. I've been reminded of Wheel Girl when she was on Lorcat's set. I'm like, because we found out that she was a lesbian or attracted to women, but they asked what kind of dick she was like. If it was a girl type of dick, as she put it. I'm like, what does that even mean?
Translation, look at poison. That's not classified as a woman or he, that's an it. That's a missing link. That's a fucking missing link.
Okay, I think we've landed on a high note.
I think even Haku kind of like falls into that fucking category. Yes, Haku.
No! You make that joke. Haku. One of the weapons in that RPG that I was playing, or in Trails of Cold Steel, you get a sword by the name of Haku, and that's where my brain immediately went.
In my case, mine went to Naruto because if you kind of look at the like when you bring the game.
No. That's where my brain. When I read that name, I'm like, that's that she-male from Naruto.
In which case, no, here's the funny part about this. I played a game where they had Haku reanimated. Her eyes and facial feature look like a woman. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. It's like,
as much as I detest Narutards, I have to go with Naruto on this. He's more girlier than Sakura!
I kind of agree because it's kind of like this, like, if you look at the before picture of Haku, it's like, oh my god, it almost looks like a boy. And then it's like, almost looks like a girl. Then when you look at the reanimated version of it and see her big eyes and pretty much like almost wearing like lipstick, you're like, there's no way in blue hell that's a dude! I Google searched it, classified as male. Haku's gender is male. I'm like, someone fucking lied to us!
And all I have to say is everyone's gay for Bridget. that I have to bring that old meme back.
You remind me of...
For those who don't know, play Guilty Gear, you'll see what I mean.
You kind of remind me of an anime called Baka and Test where you have like a brother and sister duo, but here's the thing. His name is Hidashi and all that shit, and he wears his sister's clothing, and pretty much says he's a guy, but pretty much like this, like, oh my god, like, everyone's pretty much, it's kind of like the same gay for Bridget, but it's kind of like, there's no way in hell you're a guy because you're a freaking woman. He's like, I'm a guy. Then why the fuck are you wearing a dress?
What happened to your testicles, man?
Like, what the fuck? Like, you see his sister, they're exact twins. She's wearing a boy's uniform, he's wearing a girl's uniform. Like, I'm a guy. Automatically, it's kind of like this.
Alright, good night, everybody!
Automatically, it's kind of like this, where one dude is like, and she kind of said this, like, your freaking, is like, oh, your girl penis looks so amazing. I'm like, I'm done! Totally done!
We're done!
We're done!
Bye!
This is bullshit, no one did me!
Alright, say bye, Jeff. We're going now. We're ending it on that. We're ending it on a your girl penis looks lovely.
I don't give a damn what anyone fucking says. Haku's a fucking woman. Haku's a damn girl. That's an it, damn it. That's an it. That's a classified it with poison.
Jeff, I have one thing left to say to you. Your girl penis looks beautiful.
Your mangina looks awesome. He did not expect me to come back. We're done. Fuck it. Cut it off. We're done.
So happy birthday to me.
Oh, do the jiggling mangina. Cut it off. Cut it off.
Happy birthday to me.
I don't think the viewers want to hear us scarring them for life. Oh, God, where's my pants? Oh. What? I have shorts on, damn it, we're leaving. We're leaving to go CC's. Where's my friggin' pants, dude?
Happy birthday to me.
Oh, God.